Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of Extra Time TV. This is Andre Soklal.
I'm Kevon Campbell.
And Kevon. We have a big game coming up. The Soca Warriors have a crucial World Cup qualifier against Guatemala at the Hazy Crawford Stadium this Friday. Kevon, this is a must-win for Trinidad and Tobago. It's strange, we have 10 points, but yet we need to win this game.
Yes, Andre. Reason being is that the US plays St. Vincent on the same day, which means that that's a probable 3 points for the US.
Yes.
Now, we sit top of the table, and the US, they're second with 7 points, then Guatemala with 6.
Yes.
But we need to at least draw this game because our game on next week is against the US in Jacksonville.
Yeah.
Now, it's the 4th round of qualifying, but the top 2 teams will make it into the Hex.
Yeah.
And we haven't been in the Hex for the last 2 qualifications.
Yes. Pretty sad.
So we need to get through and we need to advance.
What's really interesting, we managed to catch up with Stephen Hart yesterday, which we'll put an interview after this to see what he said. But Trinidad have 10 points.
Yeah.
This is one of the strongest positions we've been in a long time, yet we still may not qualify. I mean, listen, I don't want to be negative, but it's such a shame that we have 10 points and the possibility of us not qualifying is there. I mean, we have shown at times when we need critical games. We saw it against the Haiti game where we were supposed to play in the Copa Centenario, the recent Caribbean Cup a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
We reached the critical point and we fell. I'm really hoping that Trinidad manages to get past that psychological hurdle and not collapse. But Stephen Hart has released his list. There are a couple absentees. John Michael Williams was injured.
Yeah.
He got a shoulder injury a couple of months back in the CFU qualifications. Sean De Silva is a notable absentee after making a pretty nice debut. But there's a new guy, Greg Ranjit Singh.
Yeah.
Interesting choice. I admittedly don't know much about him, but Stephen Hart saw it fit to include him in the list. He's from Canada. And also, from what I've seen in the squad, it looks like it's a very strong squad.
Yeah.
Kevin Jones, Molino, Levi Garcia. Kevon, what do you think about the squad?
I like it. 2 other guys return in Conrad Cato. He's a very important player. And John Bostock. Now, Bostock, Andre, this is a guy that played for Spurs, Crystal Palace, and he has a contract with Racing Club de Lyon in France.
Yes.
So I think if he gets on the field, he's really energetic and he can go forward past the strikers and score goals from midfield. So I hope he gets some play. But coming into the game, Guatemala, let's talk about them for a bit.
Yeah.
Gone are the days of Cabrera and Pandera Ramirez.
Yes.
But Guatemala, they still pose a real threat, especially up front. El Pescadito, Carlos Ruiz. I mean, this guy scores goals for fun.
Yeah, he loves to score goals.
Yeah, he scored goals in Paraguay, Mexico, and he's an MLS regular. He has over 60 international goals. And that's a lot, Andre.
Yep.
Almost closing on Sturgeon's 70 goals.
Yeah, we'll never let that happen, at least right now.
Yeah. But Guatemala, they are lacking, especially in the midfield and defense. They only have Marco Papa as a creative outlet, but in defense, they can ship in goals, as evidenced by the last match day where they lost 4-0 to the US. It's a game I'm looking forward to, Andre. Come back to Trinidad and Tobago. What we need to do, we need to have a good formation. We have good wingers, we have good width.
Yes.
You can Levi Garcia, Joven Jones, and we need to get the ball to those wingers and free Kevin Jones. But what I really like about our squad this round is the midfield. Highland and Buko.
Yes. Absolute favorites.
Yeah. Those 2 guys in center midfield, they hold everything together. So I'm looking for a strong game for them.
Yes, you hit the nail on the head. I was just going to speak about those 2 guys. That combo is very essential. I looked at the friendlies, the Uruguays, also Peru, and also China. And Hart tried some variations. I saw he tried out Sean De Silva and Leston Paul, who I believe are the future of the national team, and good alternatives for those 2 guys. But these 2 guys are so important for the national team. I don't think people even know. We focus a lot on the attackers, but they are so solid in midfield. Their ability to hold the ball and distribute. You saw it in the Peru game. Yes, they lost, but people need to realize that these games are very important because they are high-level teams. Both of these teams are going to play in the Copa Centenario, and Trinidad had the opportunity to play some top-class opposition. And I think they look pretty good. Stephen Hart tried the variation I told you about. And it showed us that with those two guys in the midfield, it was an immediate change. They started to create more. In the Peru game, they didn't score, but you saw the difference.
Yeah.
I think those two guys also, Hart has a tendency to tweak the back a little bit. Abu Bakar he always has injury problems, so hopefully, he gets a run in this game. But Johanse Marshall was also tried in the centre back position a couple times, and he did well. He definitely, I think, has a lot of options at the back. But I think by now, from seeing Hart's coaching methods, I think it's going to be pretty good. They had a really great game against St. Vincent. A lot of people are saying, which is wrong, St. Vincent is an easy team. But I think this game is going to be a lot trickier than it appears. Mainly because I'm not going to say that Trinidad has a strong score and should roll over Guatemala. But I think that psychological component may be an issue. Guatemala has shown, they are vulnerable.
Yeah.
As you said, the defense has a tendency to leak goals. And I think Kenwin Jones, along with Andre Buku and... yes. I think those guys are going to be the key in this game.
But I'm really interested to see what Hart does in the centre defense, because Abu Bakar, he missed the last game, and in the centre back positions, Sheldon Bato and Aubrey David played.
Yes,
they played well, but Abu Bakar, he's more experienced than those two. So I think that Sheldon Bato is probably our best defender.
Yeah,
he plays in Russia in a high level for Samara. So it's maybe Abu Bakar to partner him or Aubrey David.
Yes.
Aubrey David, he plays in MLS.
Yeah.
So he can get the nod. So that's a good problem to have if you are a coach, actually. And I think the ace in the hole is going to be Kevon Molino.
Oh, yeah.
Because I was looking at MLS over the weekend. Orlando played New York City. And it was great seeing Molino in amongst guys like Kaká, Lampard, Pirlo, Villa.
Yeah.
So I think that he can transfer that form and that tenacity towards our international football, because he did score in the last game.
Yes. And
he's a guy that missed a lot of last year because of injury. So here's a point to prove. It's a big game. Big players need to step up, and I think Molino would actually step up this rounds.
So Kevon, seeing that we looked at both teams, Trinidad has a really strong lineup. I think it's going to be a victory. I don't like to do the whole scoreline thing, but how do you think the game is going to turn out?
I'm looking at a victory.
Yeah.
I can see a 2-0 or 2-1. I'll go with a 2-0 victory for Trinidad.
Okay, well, basically when I spoke to Hart, I was telling him this as well.
Yeah.
What I see is a problem for Trinidad is that they need to score within maybe the first 20 minutes.
Yeah.
Because the longer they take to score, the anxiety builds. I saw it in the St. Vincent game. Up until they scored in the home game, they looked a bit, trigger happy in front. They were hitting balls over the bar. Kenwin didn't look overly sharp.
Yeah.
But I think they need to score. And the longer they take to score, it may make things complicated. But I think Trinidad is going to win. If they score in the first 20 minutes, it's going to be a bit of a 4-0. But I think if they score maybe in the second half, it's going to be really tight. And they have to avoid, and sure, this is something I hate about Trinidad. We have to make sure away teams don't come to Trinidad and, get comfortable here.
Yeah.
Because that's something, admittedly, Stephen Hart addressed, but that was something I noticed even with the club teams.
Yes.
Away teams come here and they defend, and then they grow into the game and could snatch a first goal, which could make things very complicated.
Yeah.
So I see a victory. This team has shown and has proven itself to be very strong, and I think it's probably going to be maybe a 2-1.
Yeah. I agree with you. Game management is going to have to be key.
Yes.
Because we can't get too nervous. We can't just go in a shell if we don't score early. We need to show more impetus going forward.
Yes.
And I think that we can win. And on the flip side, in Guatemala City, remember we defeated them 2-1
Yes.
in our first game. And
so in our house now.
Yeah. And I think that result was the most important result. Going to Guatemala City and winning has been difficult in the past.
Yes.
And we did so thanks to goals by Highland and Jones.
Yes.
And this game also brings back memories 11 years ago. Remember that qualifier coming towards the World Cup?
Yeah.
When Latifi scored that goal?
Yes.
Remember that?
I was there. I was one of the 6 people there.
So I think that game brings back memories in terms of our history in terms of World Cup qualification. So I'm looking forward to it.
So there you have it there, folks. Our analysis of the Trinidad versus Guatemala game this Friday. Make sure and be there. And for those of you who don't know, when you like and subscribe to our YouTube channel and our Facebook page, you automatically qualify for the chance to win 2 free tickets to the Trinidad game on Friday. And also a chance to win a copy of FIFA 17, courtesy the great folks
at my store.
Oh yeah. So make sure subscribe and like, because you have a chance to win those things.
Yeah.
Okay. So if you have any comments, questions or suggestions, feel free to leave those things in the comment section below.
Yeah.
Kevon, where can we find you?
You can find me at Kev868 on Twitter and Instagram. Andre, where can they find you?
You can find me at Andre Sokolal on Twitter and Instagram. If you want and you're bored, you can also subscribe to my channel at Andres Aymar. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe to our page once again, because you have a chance to win the 2 free tickets to the game this Friday, and also a free copy of FIFA 17 when it comes out. Good to see my stuff.
Yeah. Also, comments, leave questions. We'll answer them no matter what.
Yes.